Okay, so let's check out the strings track. The audio event is mono because it's one waveform, and the track type is also set to mono. Let's play this back in solo. Okay, so let's say that we wanted to make these strings stereo. So you would think that you would change this to stereo, bounce that out, and now there's two waveforms. That should play back stereo, right? Not really. Check it out. Still sounds the same. And the correlation meter showing us that it's mono. So let's go ahead and undo that. If you want a mono track or mono audio event to play back stereo, like let's say you wanted to put some stereo plugins on that, you can do it this way. First, let's go ahead and show our inspector information. Click the track strings and let's add a stereo type of plugin. So for this, I'm going to use a pan plugin. This is one of the stock plugins. Okay, so we're going to use binaural pan. And right now it's telling us that this is in mono channel. So in order for this to work, this track has to be set to stereo. There it is. And now we can adjust the width. Let's see if this works. And it doesn't. And I'll tell you why. The reason why this doesn't work is because the source itself is still mono. Okay, so let me show you how to actually make it work. Let's go ahead and remove this plugin. And instead, we're going to use a stereo delay. Okay, one of the plugins that I'm going to use is this one right here called Air Dynamic Delay. I'm really comfortable with this plugin. I know how to use it inside and out. So I usually rely on it for these types of examples. All right, so for this plugin, I'm going to set this to stereo. I'm going to separate the left and right ratio. Let's change this to about 29 milliseconds. Bring the feedback down, the mix up, and now let's play the strings pack. So now you can see that because I'm using a stereo delay and I've spread the left and right, I've separated them. Because this track is set to stereo, now it's able to feed me stereo information. If I change this back to mono, without changing the delay plugin settings, it's going to stay mono. Now at this point, because I've separated the left and the right using this plugin, I can separate that even wider using the binaural pan. Check it out. I can also change this to mono, but that defeats the purpose. So the biggest takeaway from this is this, that if you have an audio event that's initially mono, like this one, let's say you have vocals as well, or a bass guitar or a lead guitar, just by changing the audio track from mono to stereo, it doesn't automatically create a stereo separation. But what you can do is you can use something like a delay where you can offset the left and the right ratio, and then you can spread the channel from left to right. And this pretty much creates something like a pseudo stereo. This also comes in really handy if you want to create a ping pong type of effect inserted on the track. So that's an explanation of mono versus stereo on the audio events and mono versus stereo on the audio tracks.